my own matcha that I sell retail-wise. So now everything has grown. So, it's all about perspective and timing and what you're trying to offer.
Of course. Now, it was scary for you to become a business owner?
Absolutely, Fernando.
How did you overcome that fear then?
Absolutely. Well, for starters, a lot of people don't understand that, but over 2 years ago, I wouldn't be able to do this conversation with you, to do this podcast with you. I would rather die or hide under a table and never come out. I definitely had to step out of my shell and not be a people person, because I consider myself a very nice human being, but I'm very shy. I get embarrassed very easily, and growing up, I never liked speaking English. I felt extremely self-conscious speaking English. So definitely working at exposing myself and starting a business, and having to speak English as it's based in California, I definitely had to step out of my shell. And nobody really had to force me. It was just something that obviously I had to grow up and I had to mature now in order to, for the health of the business. But also I'm always used to having superiors and having managers and, just being an employee. Going from being an employee to being the boss and having employees yourself, that has been the biggest challenge for me. All the responsibilities of all of a sudden, I'm not a little girl anymore. I have all these responsibilities. I have all these employees that, that I have to make sure that they're well taken care of. Everything's done always legally, always correct, always on time. I felt a lot of pressure. So it's extremely, extremely hard. It still is right now, extremely hard. You just learn how to float in the pool. If you don't know how to swim, I call it survival mode. When you're drowning, you figure it out. And you just learn how to float, because the problems, the stress, those will always be there. You just have to know how to manage it and how to float around with it. So a lot has changed from 2 years. A lot of maturity, a lot of growth, but it's never easy. Never, ever, ever easy.
Right. So we shouldn't expect that.
No. And a lot of times people tend to see, for example, on Instagram, on social media. On Instagram, they see all these business owners. You see the pretty part, you see the easy part, you see the glamorous side, but you don't see the real side. A lot of times people can say, oh, today has been stressful, but you really don't see the rejection. You don't see the problems, because we're all about positivity. We're all about, we want to show off the good, but we really don't always show off the bad and the nasty, the real bad things. So as long as the viewers, the listeners, they take everything that they see on social media with a grain of salt and know that, that might be reality, but, there's a whole other side that you cannot see. And in business, owning your own business, it's always hard, but it's fun. It's never boring, and it's fun. It's hard, but it's fun, and I guess it's easier for me to say because I love matcha, and I love Holy Matcha. I love the business I've grown. Like I said, it's my baby, so I love it. I complain a lot, but I love it at the end of the day, and if any other man or woman in this aspect is trying to find what they do, but they think it's hard, I just tell them, oh, honey, the hard part is never going to end. Just make sure you never lose that passion and you never lose the love for what you're doing, because the day you lose the passion and that love, it's torture. So you just got to find something that you love and do it.
Totally agree. Now, what's the worst mistake you've done in business?
Doubt myself.
Really? Doubt yourself.
I mean, everybody doubt myself a lot versus I wish I would have done apparel in the beginning, but I doubted myself thinking, who would want to wear a shirt or a sweater that says Holy Matcha? Maybe not doubt yourself, but make yourself less in that aspect of no, a lot of people are going to want to wear this because I'm going to bring something positive. I'm going to bring something amazing. yes, a lot of people should want to wear this. So definitely having that mentality, adapting to that mentality. But with that being said, I was growing in that period of my life. I was growing, and if I didn't go through that doubt, I wouldn't be where I'm at today, though. So I really can't, a lot of people sometimes ask me, what do you wish you would have done differently? And I can give you like a huge list of things I wish I would have done differently. But if I would not have made the choices that I made, I probably wouldn't be where I'm at today. And I love where I'm at today, and I love where I'm going tomorrow. So I really can't regret and put myself down for the choices I've made in the past, as I've learned and I've grown because of them.
I see. Now, what's the Holy Matcha Café? So walk me through. So I get there, I see the door, it says open. I walk through. What are you expecting the people to feel, see, experience in your place?
Definitely, and a very positive energy. You are walking outside and you see a little bit through the windows. You already see pink, you see flowers. You open that door and it's going to smell delicious. As for me, I try to capture all of your senses, your scent and your sight. So it always smells delicious in there, as I always have some sort of candle burning. And you walk in, the music is always amazing. So it's just a wonderful, positive energy walking in. You'll always be greeted. Some of them might greet you like, hi, welcome. Or some of them will just say, hi, how are you? But you'll always be greeted, as we thank everybody that comes through our doors. And then once you come up to the menu, I mean, you'll just be amazed by like, oh, wow, like it's so pink. Look at these flowers. And there will always be someone at the register that, will welcome you again and ask you, like, is this your first time in? Well, we love going through the menu, telling you, like, the different drinks, showing you our award-winning matcha horchata. We love connecting with people. So the best thing someone can do to us is just ask us questions about the menu, ask us questions about the place, as we're always eager to chat with anybody
Right.
that comes in. We really do love it.
So you have 2 locations, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so you are not going to be able to be in both locations at the same time because you are just one. And then how hard was for you to find the right people, and at what time you decided that I can trust this person, and how hard was for you to learn to delegate? Because this is your baby, and it's hard to just give your baby away to people that, it's somebody else. So you are the mother, you are the best, caretaker of the baby. So it was hard to learn to delegate, and how do you find the right people?
Well, again, finding the right people, I feel like I was blessed in that aspect, because I still have the same people working for me that I hired over 2 years ago. So I think I've been extremely, extremely blessed that I still have them with me. So it must, I must be a good boss.
Right.
If I still have them for 2 years. But I really, when I interview people, I see resumes. So a resume gets you an interview, but I like to see the person. I like to connect with you. I always hold 2 interviews, so I call you in once, and then I call you in again. Because, when you go to an interview, you expect the person to always want to say the right thing, but I guess I'm very real. I tell them this is my everything, this is my life, and just throw it out there, extremely transparent. And so far, I've been extremely lucky of having an amazing team, amazing team that I've had for 2 years now. I've hired more, so the team has grown, and it's just an amazing group of individuals. They really are. Now, you can be an amazing individual, hardworking, but that doesn't mean that it's easy for me to just let go and trust, because it's not so much them, it's more me. Like I said, it's my baby. So in the beginning, when I started Holy Matcha, I would open and I would close every single day, every day. And it wasn't so much because I didn't think someone else could not do it and I had to do it. I wanted to do it for myself because I wanted to. I wasn't thinking about anybody else. It wasn't like, oh, no, I don't trust Fernando. Fernando seems lazy, so I think I'll just have to. No, I wasn't thinking about Fernando or anybody. I wanted to do it because I wanted to. And I had to let go of it as everybody was like, Geraldine, you're going to burn yourself out. You can't be doing this yourself. Like, you need to build a team. And it's easier said than done because I get anxiety. It's my baby. No one's going to love this. No one's going to care so much as me. And it's more of a mental thing of letting go and realizing there's no way you can grow without trust. And there's no way you can trust without trying.
Right. That's very wise.
Hope for the best. And so I had to try to trust. I had to. And so I let it go. For the first 8 months, I did it all myself. Every day, 7 days a week, rain or shine, it was all me. After 8 months, I started developing some employees into shift leads and giving them more responsibilities. Luckily, it worked out.
Mm-hmm.
It worked out, but it's more like training a muscle. Versus I saw it worked, okay, then I could release a little bit more responsibilities over here and release a little bit more over here. So with experience, you tend to get better and better. But I'd be lying if I said, oh, Fernando, now it's all good. Now I can just go to Paris and enjoy. No, I went to Japan last month for 2 weeks and leaving 2 locations. Even though I trust my team and I love my team, I know them. I know they'll do anything and everything for my babies. But it was still the fact that I'm letting go and I'm going to another country for 2 weeks. I can't help to worry, but I think that the worrying comes from caring. So I think that the day I don't worry or the day I don't get a little bit flustered will be the day that I stopped caring. So
right.
A little bit of worrying is okay, but todo con medida.
Correcto. Now,
everything needs to be balanced out in order to be healthy. So I was freaking out a little bit, but it's like, trust your team, move forward, and that's what I did.
Right. But also you were saying about, and I could read in between lines, that you went all over the system. You had the procedures in place. You were, detail-oriented. So you have the menu, you have how the decor of the place, the music, everything displayed. So it is very important to create the procedures, correct? And so everybody can replicate. The problem is when there is chaos and nobody knows really what to do.
Correct. So if you're the one that does everything and you step away and then something goes wrong, then no one's going to know what to do. Or if I get sick and I cannot go to work for like a week, or something happens, God forbid, there's an emergency with the family, and I'm the one that does everything. So it's not for the health of the business. It's not okay for me to be doing everything. Like, I have to teach others. And, like I said, I have to put everything into perspective. I'm sure that my parents, my mother, would want me to be a baby forever. But, she had to teach me how to be mature and responsible and be able to provide for my own and survive on my own. That's
right.
What you want for something or someone that you love, is make them independent and survive with or without you. So that's why I say, like, Holy Matcha is kind of like my baby, because even though I will, as long as I'm here, I will give it 110%. I need it to survive with or without me.
Right. Now, consistency is the word. You had one place and then you expanded to the second one. So, and the drinks need to be the same flavor in both locations, correct? That's very important.
Consistency is key. Consistency is what keeps you professional. I always say that, like, the amateurs don't have consistency and don't care. When you're in the big leagues and you're professional, there's never an excuse. You can be in Australia and another one in California, and the flavor should be exactly the same. That's very important, and it's a challenge. So definitely having employee meetings is always optimal. Definitely keeping the communication open from the shift leads amongst 2 locations is extremely important. launching new products, launching new apparel, just communicate